Hear ye, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Naruto was a genjutsu slash Fuinjutsu master. Now I should have fucking changed that thumbnail fucking title, because for fuck's sakes I did edit the title, well, mostly the thumbnail a little bit, but not the point. I forgot to change that. Yesterday I was going to record at like 12 in the somewhat night and all that. Like it was about to turn 9, well, it was already turning night, it was dark already outside. It's just when I was recording, 4 minutes in, I kind of gave up. I deleted it because I was too damn tired and I didn't like how I did it. So, of course, I'm back. I'm going to do part 4 of this. Or, not part 4. Part 3. 3? 4? Yeah, 3. Now, yes, this is part 3. So, let me begin and shut the fuck up. And actually, after this, I might go do what if Naruto was a Kitsune slash had special Renegon, maybe. Or I should do what if Luffy was more the gym. Whatever. I'll think of whenever I want to do those, but I'll do them later. But first, let me do this what if, and I might be doing also what if Naruto was Blackbeard's reincarnation. Because I have an idea on that one. But let me just begin in this one and shut the fuck up mostly. So of course, Naruto and, well, Menma are in the academy. Also, before I go in any further, go subscribe to my channel. I find what ifs, so open to what ifs, and my second channel, not really. They're in the description, but whatever. But yeah, also this card I'll only put it in the description when I feel like it. I don't really feel like going on there most of the time. But yeah. So let me shut the fuck up and go back into this what if. So of course, Emma and Naruto are kinda in the academy sitting down. Right now, Naruto's like laying down his head, acting like any other kid that's in the classroom. Karasu noticed this really fast. He noticed both Naruto and Emma just there sitting. They're like, Emma is kind of looking at the window while Naruto's like sleeping. Fake sleeping, but yeah. This is where, well, Karasu is looking at everyone else. Everyone else is falling asleep. Some of them are kind of having their chair back and their head is like behind them, mostly like their chair is on like 2 feet while the other one's kind of up in the air. Some of them are sleeping, some of them are tired, some of them don't really care that much. And this is where Karasu, he like shuts the book really loud. Like, you know how teachers sometimes, when they see you kind of going to sleep, they'll either smash the book on the table or shut it really loud so it woke all your asses up? Yeah, that's what he did. He woke everyone up. And Naruto knew this shit was going to happen. Like, maybe the teacher is like some kind of ninja, definitely saw us. This is where Naruto's preparing real fast. This is where Karasu says, So, everyone, let's have a test. This is where everyone freaks out right now because no one was paying attention for shit. This is where Karasu says, a test of physical. Mostly like, let's say that, well, on your, like, physical training and other things. It's where everyone's like, because everyone is signed. They're like, thank the fuck gods. But of course, everyone is kind of signed, and of course, they're like leaving, they're like getting out of the classroom. And this is where, well, Karasu kind of, before letting anyone decide to go outside, he says, before we go outside, and before all of you get up, I want you to introduce you to 2 new students that are joining us for today in this little test training. Everyone's confused, like everyone goes dot 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 dot. Some of the siblings are like, huh? This is where, well, Karasu says, come up, you two. This is where, well, Karasu is like pointing up and like pointing at the very back. Everyone turns around and all they see is Enma, who is kind of just like winding his eyes that the teacher already found out he's there. And next to him is nothing. Naruto made a very powerful genjutsu that looks like there's nothing next to Enma. Like there's a wall right in front of him that makes sure to kind of look like an invisible wall. That he's invisible on one side, and the other side, it just shows nothing. But yeah. This is where, well, Karasu says, so that's a very powerful genjutsu. I did hear about the Hokage saying that one of them very powerful genjutsu and Fuinjutsu. Come up, Enma, isn't that your name? It's where Emma winds his eyes saying, yeah, wait, Naruto, get over here. Naruto says, nah, fam, they don't know I'm here. I put a genjutsu. Enma kind of keeps walking further and notice that Naruto really put that genjutsu in invisible. He says, why did you fucking put me one? Naruto flipped him off before, like, telling him fuck off. This is where Emma was getting quite annoying, so Emma kind of walked up there. This is where Karasu says, what about your other friend? Everyone says, Yeah, I think Karusu's tripping. This is where everyone's like thinking. Other one. This is where Naruto. He's right now going to hand signs really fast, and this is where before he's able to kind of get hand signs out, and say he's flying Raijin one technique teleportation. This is where that's one of his techniques of like Fuinjutsu. This is where hands started appearing all around him, like shadow hands. This is where Naruto was confused. He thinks this is like Enma's kind of like one of the demons kind of grabbing him to pull him over there. This is where, it wasn't that. Instead, he is pulled into a hole that's made out of darkness down there and then pulled out next to Karasu. Karasu says, and yes, this is Naruto also. So, Enma and Naruto, introduce yourself. Naruto widened his eyes. He was in the middle of doing hand signs, and of course, he just said, I thought that was you, motherfucker. That's where I'm gonna say, no. But I'm the at least that wasn't really me, but I wish it was me. This is where Naruto growls at him. This is where Enma says, hello there, my name is Enma Uzumaki. What do I say? This is where Karasu says, say things about like what you like and other things. This is where Enma says, I like money. I like this is where Naruto says, having a very short temper. Shut the fuck up, you bastard. This is where Naruto kind of just like chuckles. He's also whistling. This is where, Enma says, shut up don't listen to him. I like a lot of things. Ramen, other things, food, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's where he kind of smiles with this kind of fake smile because he's kind of like forcing himself with a smile. And also, if you heard that, that's just something that dropped. This is where Naruto says, fine, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Uchiha. And of course, my likes is also money. I am good in Fuinjutsu and Genjutsu, I guess you can say that. I'm not that great, but yeah. He didn't say he's good in Fuinjutsu and Genjutsu. Enma didn't even say what techniques he used. So of course, this is where Naruto says, my favorite thing is money also, but also training and other things, but yeah. This is where Karasu sighs and says, good enough. This is where, Karasu, it says, okay, let's go all outside. Everyone is confused, kind of whispering to each other, and Naruto and Enma are right in the front of like the line. And of course, Naruto saying, no, this is kind of terrible to think about it. But what happens if we just flying Raijin out of here? This is where, Enma says, you realize what the Hokage said. The Hokage want us to kind of graduate it. Damn, we're gonna have to sit here for 1 fucking year and then graduate? Not if we don't be dumbasses and didn't graduate this year. Naruto and Enma are kind of whispering each other, and Karasu can hear this. That's where, Karasu can hear that both of them are trying to make plans to kind of graduate way earlier to just kind of become ninjas. Because he did hear about Torusen kind of telling him about the two boys, but also how skillful they are. Kind of skillful. One is skillful in Genjutsu and Fuinjutsu, the other one is skills in Genjutsu with element jutsus. This is where two boys that are not even from clans are skilled in very powerful things. Except for Naruto is from, both of them are from actually two very powerful clans. It's just the Uzumaki are kind of gone, but Naruto, he's a mix of Uzumaki and Uchiha, which scares him a lot because he is a very strong person, Naruto in general. For Enma, who's being the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, is also strong. So where, we go into, the little kind of physical thing. It's the Shuriken and Kunai throw. And Naruto, what he does is kind of throw all like the, Shurikens and Kunai so fast without a lightning chakra that it just splits the targets in an instant. Enma, on the other hand, adds, not blue flames, he adds wind infinity towards it. This is where the blades get sharper because of the wind, and this is where he throws them and actually just splits through them also. This is where next is kind of like running all that. Both Naruto and Enma are kind of running, and Naruto's a little bit faster than Enma, but Enma's managing to keep up. But yeah, this is where next it is the taijutsu sparring. This is where Naruto and Enma thinks they're gonna be fighting each other because how strong they are, But instead, Naruto is actually fighting against, well, someone named, what's it called? Well, he wasn't actually expecting this, but he's fighting a guy named Iwa. This is where this guy has a red beanie, kind of green coat, like brownish, well not brownish, like black, yeah, black pants. And this is where he has kind of dark skin and he's just looking at Naruto saying, seriously, I'm going to be fighting the new kid? Whatever. This is where Iwa does have something behind him like a staff. And this is where, well, Iwa says, I guess I'll be fighting the new kid. This is where someone in the crowd says, go Iwa! It's this guy with kind of like orange and yellow hair. Think of it like Raikoku's hair. Kind of like that hair color and having orange eyes. And of course, his name is He. And so where, well, he is going to go against Enma because that's what Karasu said. This is where, well, he says, I guess I'll be going against the new kid. This is where one of his friends, because there's two other friends with him. One with kind of like this grayish hair and at the same time having like this blue hair, is kind of also with glasses, kind of is saying, you know, you probably will get your ass kicked, He, and even Iwa. We don't know much about the new transfer students. This is where, well, his name is Seki, you know, I'm calling him Seki, and of course, this is where, well, his friend next to him is this guy who is kind of very explosive and arrogant, a little bit more than what's called not Raikoku, but mostly He. This is where, well, he has a very fiery temper like Enma mostly, but a little bit more, but Enma has more, but yeah. This is where this guy has kind of like a dark red hair of highlights, with his hair kind of mostly being what's called the color black, but yeah. This is where, well, he has his eyes are kind of onyx black, and this is where he says, I don't care. They won't be able to defeat me. I don't care if they're a new transfer student. I don't give a crap if they're the goddamn next Hokages or whatever. So where, well, he doesn't really know much of, well, no one really knows much about Enma or Naruto, except for one girl who's on there, and she has kind of brownish hair, like this silky brown hair, but with also a white highlights a little bit. And this is where she has brownish eyes, and her name is Rin Karama. Now she knows a little bit about the two kind of boys that are kind of new, transferred to the school. They were the ones who kind of saved her. Mostly Naruto was the one to save her, and Naruto did kind of teleport her next to, well, Horuzen, because Naruto didn't know whose parents or whatever, who she really was. And this is where, well, some other people kind of know, but not really. They kind of saw a little bit of the event, what happened last time, like last week, but they don't know much. This is where Enma, well, not Enma, Naruto's going against, well, Iwa. Iwa says, whatever, Earth style, Earth wall. He makes an Earth wall. This is where Karasu knows that Iwa was going to make an Earth wall. This is where he knows that Iwa's going to use his weapon to fight against, well, Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be very impressed. This is where Naruto goes through hand signs and says, ceiling level 0. This is where another seal appears on Naruto to seal off his chakra, and this is where, well, Enma says, you're really sealing off your chakra? You really gonna make this more interesting for yourself? You fucking arrogant bastard. Naruto says, oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking red hair idiot. Look here, I'm only giving him a handicap. You see, I'm making myself a very, very weak person by showing no chakra jutsus. This is where Iwa's kind of getting annoyed because it's showing that he's getting a handicap. Everyone doesn't know much about Fuinjutsu or at all anyway. One girl with kind of black hair and red eyes kind of whitened her eyes with Fuinjutsu. She heard of it because her kind of grandfather named Karasu knows about it. Karasu kind of whitened his eyes. Fuinjutsu? I see. So he can seal off his like chakra. But why? This is where Naruto says, but whatever, I'll be fighting him anyway. Don't worry, Enma. Besides, if you lose to your battle, you're gonna have to buy me food. That's where Emma gets a check mark and says, oh, shut up. What happened if you lose? I won't. So, you're still mad about it. Also, don't cry about it neither. That's where Naruto pulls out a sword out of nowhere. He, like, unseals a sword real fast before sealing his chakra off a little bit. just still having enough to kind of seal off the seals that he still has on his body. This is where, well, his chakra is at gaining level, but when he had it, well, when sealing level 0 was not on him yet, he was at kind of, well, high gaining level chakra. Well, not high gaining level, he had a kind of medium tuning level, but now he has it at kind of gaining level. Well, mid gaining level, but yeah. This is where Naruto, he still has that much chakra, but this is where Naruto pulls out a sword, with 2 swords mostly. Now, you want to know what the 2 swords look like? Well, they look like this. So this is the 2 swords that Naruto kind of pulls out, kind of having like a dragon head on like the blade mostly. Like, looks like they're about to eat the blade, but yeah. They are 2 medium katanas. They're not large katanas, they're 2 medium katanas. This is where Naruto pulls them out, and this is where Naruto looks at Iwa. This is where Iwa's behind the wall, and of course this is where Naruto doesn't even activate his Sharingan. He doesn't need to. He already knows where Iwa's at, and knows that maybe Iwa's going to be kind of dumb and kind of rush through the wall. This is where, well, Iwa, he's right now grabbing his, like, staff that's behind him. This is where he hits the ground and pulls out a large chunk of earth, and this is where it looks like a hammer now that he's holding. And this is where he's about to rush through the wall, but the wall just gets cut into a million pieces. And this is where Naruto has both his blades out. This is where Naruto, he is breathing in, not that hard. He's breathing in really calmly. This is where Karasu notices so easily. Naruto seems to be somewhat of a genjutsu master, but not really. Naruto just kind of is calm and collected half the damn time. This is where Naruto, he blocks an attack from Iwa. Iwa swings his like hammer at Naruto. This is where he was surprised, but this is where he swings it and Naruto blocks it. This is where Naruto tries to stab him with the other one. This is where the other one almost cuts Iwa's like head, but misses him and kind of cuts his cheek instead. This is where Iwa widens his eyes. Naruto seems to be still extremely fast. This is where Naruto, he kind of like swing when the blade kind of misses. This is where he pulls back his 2 blades. Iwa swings at him, but this is where Naruto ducks down, stabs the blade on the ground, and then uses the momentum to kind of lift himself up and use his like left leg to kick him right in the like the side of his face, the side of Iwa's kind of face, mostly like right face. But yeah, this is where, well, Iwa widens his eyes when he gets kicked. He almost gets launched out of the arena. Now the arena is kind of small. This is where Iwa widens his eyes. Now, of course, his head is kind of shaking because that was a very strong kick. He wasn't expecting the new kid to be this strong. This is where not many people also thought he was going to be this strong. But this is where, well, Naruto then just kind of like uses 2 other swords to kind of like rush at Iwa. This is where, well, he has him right to his side, like pretty far from the side, not near him. This is where Iwa then swings his hammer down. This is where Naruto blocks it with an X shape of his swords, like blocks the hammer with both of his swords. This is where he then adds a little bit of chakra, mostly lightning chakra in there, just to zap it into the conductor of what this what's it called, hammer's kind of made of. The top is made out of rock. Yes, it can't be much of a conductor, but the material that this man kind of has his staff made out of is kind of a little bit looks like brass and bronze a little bit, and also maybe some copper. Naruto didn't notice what this was made, but he adds lightning chakra, most of his purple potent lightning chakra into it, and this is where Iwa feels like his hands are just getting kind of numb from the lightning chakra. He can feel the little zap of it. This is where he doesn't want to let go of his weapon, but this is where he has to. He lets go of it, and this is where Naruto just like slaps the the weapon away, and this is where he then like kicks at Iwa right in the chin, sending his ass up in the air. This is where Naruto then just like swings around and kind of back kicks Iwa when Iwa was kind of falling down to the ground, and smash him in the back, kind of kicking him out of the arena. This is where Naruto breathes in and out, but very calmly. He doesn't breathe out heavily, because Naruto, he's calm and very, well, mentally prepared in fights. This is where, well, Emma noticed that Naruto was going to win this battle when what's called, Iwa kind of collided his weapons with Naruto's weapons. He knows that Naruto will use his lightning chakra in a very proficient way instead of like adding the lightning chakra into his blaze. Just sending small pulses into someone's weapon. That's the downfall of people when they collide collide weapons with Naruto. Instead of Naruto using the lightning chakra into his blaze to just cut through any weapons, Naruto uses to kind of conduct lightning into the other person, kind of zapping this person, numbing them. Because Enma does know that Naruto's lightning chakra is a little bit more potent than any other type of lightning chakra. It's purple, which he doesn't understand why it's purple, but then again, he doesn't understand why his flames are blue and purple at the same time, which he doesn't care. So yeah, this is where Naruto, he kind of just like unseals the level 0 and kind of goes back into level 1. This is where, well, yes, because he does have levels of his ceiling. So of course he just goes back into level 1 and kind of just jumps away. And of course this is where his speed is incredible, and of course appear next to Enma without using the flying Raiju. It didn't even look like a body flicker. That's just how fast Naruto is. This is where, well, but of course this is where, well, Enma was next to be fighting against he. And of course, everyone widened their eyes how fast the battle was. It didn't even last that long. It only lasted like 3 minutes. Naruto was that quick in ending the battle. This is where Enma, he says, "Fuck, I hope I don't lose. I don't want to buy you anything. Especially your favorite type of food." Naruto says, "Why not? Come on. You can't really just say no to me and what's called, He says, "You can't say no to me and Dongo like that. Come on. You know you want to lose and buy me like 100 Dongo sticks, right?" This is where Enma glares at him saying, "No, the fuck I am. Screw that." This is where Naruto says, "Come on. Just lose for me and then just let's eat some Dongo." This is where Enma says, "It's too damn sweet. I don't like sweetness." This is where Naruto says, "Fine. Whatever, you can say whatever." This is where, well, Enma's going up against, well, he gulps a little bit because if Iwa gets taken out that easily against someone who actually uses, looks like to be lightning chakra, because no one could have really seen what Naruto used to kind of make Iwa let go of his weapon. They could have thought he overheated or anything, but it looks like the Naruto didn't use any type of fire. This is where, well, he is saying, "Whoop, I'll be going against you next, new kid." This is where he's smiling brightly still, but he's kind of nervous. He doesn't know what Enma can use. If Naruto is quick and fast, then Enma must be doing something that might be making him strong in punches or something. He doesn't know what. This is where Naruto says, "Don't lose, Enma. Don't let your furious, your anger temper kind of make you lose. If you lose, you're gonna have to buy me." This is where Enma's like, "Shut the fuck up already, you fucking arrogant little shit." This is where Naruto says, "Why so mean about it?" This is where Naruto's smiling. There's an evil grin. And this is where everyone is kind of scared of that evil grin that Naruto's smiling. Enma's getting quite the fuck annoyed. This is where, well, everyone else is kind of shutting up, but yeah. This is where Karasu says, "Begin." This is where he says, "Fire style. Fire Phoenix." This is where he sends a Fire Phoenix at, well, Enma. Enma sees the Fire Phoenix, and he just dodges it pretty easily. This is where then he goes into more hands and saying, "Fire saw, fire bullets." He sends 6 bullets at, well, Enma. Enma just with one hand says, "Cremation burn." This is where blue flames appeared on his hand, burning through the fire bullets really easily. This is where he had to dodge the blue flames. This is where some of the not some of the other Genins, but some of the other students had to dodge the blue flames because they kind of went out of the arena, almost hitting them. This is where Naruto had to actually stand in front of one girl because, yes, he appeared right in front of, well, almost all the students. And this girl kind of had bluish hair, and, well, not bluish hair, she had kind of had, like, what's called, well, blondish hair, like, kind of long, and of course had ponytails in it. This is where she kind of had something in her hair also. But this is where she winded her eyes. She was about to get hit, but this is where Naruto pulls out his sword, spins around, adding lightning chakra to kind of block the blue flames. So Naruto says, "You know, idiot, I don't think you're supposed to hit the other students, you know that? This is where Enma says, shut the fuck up, you bastard, I know that. And it's just a bastard dodge. If he would have took the full brunt of the hit, no one else would have got hurt. This is where the girl who kind of got protected by Naruto said, thank you. She was kind of nervous. Because even though Naruto seems to help them, she could have easily dodged, but she was still too tired. So of course she didn't know really much what was happening. But the fire did kind of like she did felt the heat before it was coming towards her, like the fire. She only felt the heat wave. But Naruto managed to block it. Naruto said, "Yeah, you're welcome." So Naruto teleports back to the side that he was at, and not the student side. He was mostly next to Karasu, and Karasu says, "At least you're somewhat protective." I guess that this is where Naruto says, "Shush, I need to see this battle. I need to see Enma lose." This is where Karasu sighs, but yeah. This is where, well, Enma is looking at and he winding his ice blue flames. He didn't expect anyone to learn or use blue flames. He knows in his clan that some people are proficient in blue flames, but he has heard in some other places, like the Two-Tailed Jinchuriki, is able to use blue flames naturally. Well, he doesn't know anything about Enma. He doesn't know if he's able to use blue flames just naturally, if he's like the Two-Tails or anything. Enma is not the Two-Tails. He's the Nine-Tails, but Enma just says, you managed to dodge those blue flames. And you're my perfect target. Behind he is no one, but some trees. This is where Enma smiles evilly. This is where Enma kind of says, what's it called? Demon. This is where a demon appears, and this demon says, yes, this low-ranking demon. This is where Enma says, grab him. Well, there's 4 types, and this is where they're like low-ranking, and this is where, well, the demons understand. They always decide to appear like in shadows and grab, like, well, not shadows. Mostly these demons were smoke demons, and this is where he says smoke demons. Grab him. This is where smoke started appearing, and grab he winded his eyes. This is where he tries to get out of the smoke. This is where, well, they're right now grabbing onto his arms and legs. This is where Enma's smiling this evil grin. His purple eyes are like what's it called? Like glinting into the kind of sun, because his purple eyes, yes, he has purple. Naruto has golden eyes, but yeah. This is where Enma says purple flames of, well, what's it called? King of the 9 realms, purple flames of hell. This is where he sends a strong, powerful wave of purple flames straight to he. He widened his eyes and says, I give up, please don't hurt me. This is where the purple flames were so close towards him. But Enma, he stops the purple flames because he can easily control them. This is where Enma says, you gave up? This is where he kind of nodded. He peed himself, and this is where he is kind of embarrassed, but this is where he's scared more. This is where Enma says, good. How much was that? This is where Karasu says, 3 minutes and 25 seconds. This is where Enma widens his eyes and says, wait a minute. Naruto says, pfft. And Naruto started dying so much. Even though it seems not that long, he was mostly dodging some attacks and sending more attacks at Enma. This is where Naruto was just dying in laughter. This is where Enma says, you fucking bastard. This is where Naruto had to dodge a punch to the ground from Enma. This is where Naruto says, you know, it's kind of rude of you to do. Now, what it kind of looks like, when Gojo kind of dodges, what's it called? It kind of looks like Gojo dodging Jogo's attack, but yeah. But of course, from that attack, Naruto's laughing like a madman straight towards Enma. This is where Enma is getting quite annoyed. He is getting this furious tick mark in his head, like multiple tick marks. Naruto's dying, saying, it seems that you lost. Well, it really didn't seem like you lost, but you know what I mean. You got, well, more seconds than I did. I managed to win in 3 minutes. 3 minutes perfect. You, on the other hand, managed to win in 3 minutes 25 seconds. This is where Enma gets annoyed. Sends a fire purple kick at Naruto. Naruto managed to dodge. Naruto is dodging some of the attacks and laughing at Enma. Enma's getting quite annoyed. This is where Emma tries to punch at Naruto, but this is where something happens, like a barrier appears right in front of Naruto. Naruto's like, "Oh, it seems that you can't hurt me." This is where Enma noticed what this is. Fuinjutsu barrier Naruto made because, yes, he's a Fuinjutsu master a little bit. But yeah, this is where, well, Enma says, "You fucking bastard." Naruto's laughing, saying, "It's just a limited space between us. It's kind of stopping you." What's wrong, Enma? Do you hate it? This is where Emma says, "Inferno blaze!" Well, this is where, well, purple flames appear, blasting an attack straight in front of Naruto. Naruto managed to jump out of it. This is where his papers that were kind of Fuinjutsu kind of disappeared. This is where Naruto's clothes were a little singed. This is where Naruto is laughing still, laughing at Enma. This is where so many people really like widen their eyes with the power of Enma and Naruto. Naruto is laughing. This is where Enma is getting quite fucking annoyed. This is where everyone is kind of confused how they're even in this class and not in the other class. Like in the other, what's called, like class A. Because this is class B, but they didn't expect these two monsters to be here. This is where Naruto's laughing, and this is where, well, Enma is getting a tick mark. Karasu is going to have to stop them really fast, but this is where Enma rushes at Naruto with just blinding speed. This is where Naruto, he throws a flying Raijin up. Now this flying Raijin looks like, what's it called? Like a four-bladed side. So, let me mention this. It kind of looks like, a dart. You know those darts and all that? But it looks like a kunai, but four-blade size. So, what I mean, it kind of looks like, think of a plus, but angle up to look like a kunai a little bit, and the four-bladed size. But yeah. So, it kind of looks like a grappling hook, but instead of having 3, there's 4. But yeah. So, of course, Naruto throws one up in the air really fast, and this is where Enma then sent a purple flame straight towards Naruto, but instead of hitting Naruto in front, he goes straight for the kunai, knowing that Naruto is going to fly in Raijin. But when he then also sends a purple flame straight towards Naruto, this is where Naruto dodges. He jumps out of the way from the purple flames. This is where the kunai gets burnt, but this is where it doesn't really get destroyed. This is where Naruto grabs the kunai and throws it straight towards Menma. This is where not Menma, mostly Enma, and this is where Enma widens his eyes. He knows that the kunais can't really be destroyed by his purple flames because Naruto made them to be kind of indestructible. This is where Enma noticed that the kunai was going straight towards him with lightning speed because Naruto did add lightning chakra into it. This is where Enma kind of like says, "Fine, if you want to play that, then I'll be playing it." He says, "Karama." Karama says, "Fine." He's going into the tail cloak because it's like this orange color is kind of appearing on him. And this is where Naruto says, "Fine, if you want to go that far, then I'll be glad to do it." That's where Naruto activates his Sharingan. And this is where Karasu appears, saying darkness of domain capture. This is where 2 darkness bubbles appear, grabbing both Naruto and what's called Enma in them. But this is where Naruto managed to do the flying Raijin. This is where Enma bursts through and about to attack Naruto with this claw. This is where Naruto activated his what's called Sharingan. This is where Naruto says genjutsu of devastation. This is where, well, Enma says release. This is where he breaks through the genjutsu. This is where he slashes at Naruto, but this is where the kunai was behind Enma. Naruto teleports behind him, and this is where Naruto says lightning piercing. This is where Enma says wind style, wind slash. This is where both their attacks manage to hit each other, and this is where both Naruto goes. Blood appears like right in his chest, kind of smashing him to the, what's it called, like tree. And this is where Enma gets kind of pierced with lightning and kind of smashed into the other side, mostly onto the ground. This is where so many people are kind of widening their eyes. This is Naruto trying to get up. This is where Karasu says darkness capture. This is where 2 like darkness ropes appear right in front of Naruto and Enma, kind of capturing them in it. And this is where Karasu says, "Okay, you 2 need to just cool down for a second. Okay?" It's where Naruto says fine. It's where Enma says fine. Everyone is kind of winding their eyes because they didn't really expect this type of people to be in their classroom, seriously. Like, why they're in their classroom, they don't even know. This is where Naruto's eyes, I should mention, the Sharingan was this color, so yeah. Now I mentioned how he gets this and that and that. Don't worry about it. This is where, well, Naruto is just a sign, but yeah. This is where, well, the teacher says, okay, I'm gonna have to bring Enma. Enma did get pierced, but none of his organs get hit. This is where he says, stay here, Naruto. Naruto says, fine. Enma is being healed by the Nine Tails and saying, idiot. This is where Enma says, at least I don't need to buy him shit. This is where Carl says, whatever. This is where, well, Naruto is kind of healing himself really fast with different Fuinjutsu medical things because he has that. This is where, well, a girl with black hair and red eyes kind of goes up to him and sees that Naruto is trying to put sealing tags on his wound. And this is where, well, he can only do it with his mouth because, well, he can't really use his hands. Well, he's trying to, but it's really not working out. This is where he's kind of bleeding a little bit. And this is where she grabs the sealing tags and starts putting it on him. This is where Naruto says, what are you doing? This is where she says, putting it on you. This is where Naruto says, I'll be fine. This is where she says, really? A huge gash mark like yours is saying that you're not fine. Naruto says, I guess you can say I'm not fine, but I'm fine. This is where, well, she says, no you're not. Now shut up and just sit there. So our Naruto is just sitting there. This is where she says, Kai. This is where, well, not Kai. Well, yeah, she says Kai. And of course, this is where the sealing tags kind of lit up into greenish color and starts healing him. This is where she says, do you have any more? Naruto says, yeah, my backpack. This is where she kind of grabs him. And this is where she's about to like put more kind of chakra in him, but she kind of runs out a little bit. This is where another girl comes in, mostly the blonde hair girl, kind of grabs him from, this girl named Raven. And this is where Raven says, Junko, what are you doing? Junko says, I'm not very much helpful in not Fuinjutsu or medical jutsu or anything like that, but I can still help with chakra. You know, you have a very nasty gash, Naruto-kun. This is where Naruto kind of blushes because he wasn't really expecting them to call him Kun. He was mostly expecting something else, mostly just Naruto or something. This is where Raven says, did you just... This is where Junko widened her eyes and she just realized what she even said. This is where Naruto says, I'll be fine like this. This is where, well, Junko kind of says, Kai. This is where, well, the healing tags does heal him, and this is where it's still healing him, but it's not much enough. But this is where Naruto, he'd be fine. This is where, well, Raven and Junko saying, so are you good or something? Yeah, Naruto says, yeah, I am. This is where Naruto says, can I get my kunai back again? This is where they say, yeah, just don't throw it. This is where Naruto says, I'm not gonna throw it. Besides, what am I gonna go teleport? My wounds will kind of just open back up if I even use teleportation. This is where, well, Junko says, where do you even want me to put it? Just put it in my back pouch, I'll get it later. I'll put it somewhere else. This is where she does, and this is where Naruto says. This is where Junko says, I'm kind of surprised you and the other kid are, how should I say, somewhat friendly to each other. It doesn't seem like it, but I can see a little bit. This is where, well, Naruto says, I guess so. He just hates the fact that he won't buy me Dango. Even though the last time we went to go get Dango is me buying 2 Hunger Sticks. That's where Junko kind of narrows her eyes and says, why? Naruto says Dango is blessed by the gods. This is where, somewhere far away, mostly in the Death Forest, a girl with purple hair is talking to someone while eating Dango and having a Dango stick in her mouth. Just talking to someone with white hair and saying, so Gojo, what's it called? Would you buy me more Chew! This is where she kind of sneezes, and this is where Gojo says, aw, adorable. This is where Uncle kind of blushes and says, shut up. This is where Gojo laughs and just says, I'm just kidding, sure, I'll buy you more Dango. This is where Uncle says, really? Yeah, let's just go. This is where Uncle then just disappears. So where, well, Naruto says, but I guess that's just my addicted kind of side. This is where, well, Junko says, whatever, but can you not two fight? It's kind of making us kind of sad the fact that we're kind of weaker than you two. Naruto says, I guess you could say that. It's just probably because I'm from a clan of the Uchiha. Or Dead Clan mostly, but I really don't care about that clan that much. This is where Junko says, that's remind me, why don't you have the Uchiha crest? This is where Naruto says, I might have the last name, and I might have a Sharingan, but they're different color. Probably because they're mixed with my golden eyes. And the purple color might come from my mother. But I don't use the Uchiha name instead of the Uzumaki name. Because the Uzumaki name was my father's. My mother's, I'm guessing it was Uchiha, but I don't know. But I don't really care because I never met them. I just have, well, something that look like them, but yeah. So where it went, Junko nodded and said, very interesting. So, why do you look like that? Look like what? Red hair and purple highlights. Again, father and mother. Yeah, that was a dumb question of me to say. That's where Naruto says, well, whatever. That's where the darkness kind of tying up to him is kind of loosening up. That's where Naruto sees the darkness just disappears, but Naruto doesn't run away or jump away. This is where Naruto just sits there. That's where Karasu says, come on Naruto, go to the nurse or something. That's where Naruto says, yeah, sure. This is where Naruto kind of just walks towards the building, but this is where Naruto says, where would the nurse be at? Karasu says, oh, you fucking sorry. This. This is where Naruto says, Junko says, I'll help him. This is where Karasu says, sure. Just come back. Naruto and Junko goes to the nurse, but yeah. It's where, well, I'm going to leave off for here for kind of part 3, but yeah, part 4 will be whenever, but yeah. Other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, potato, and good night. Potato.